Hello, Father James Kubicki here with some thoughts from Pope Benedict about St. Paul's famous thorn in the flesh. You may recall that in chapter 12 of his second letter to the Corinthians, St. Paul wrote that God had allowed him to have a thorn in the flesh. And even though he had begged God 3 times to have it removed, God said no to his prayer, telling him that his power was made perfect in Paul's weakness. Here's what Pope Benedict said about this. First, what is the weakness of which St. Paul speaks? What is this thorn in his flesh? We don't know, and he doesn't say. But his attitude makes us understand that all the difficulties we meet in following Christ and witnessing to his gospel can be overcome by opening ourselves in faith to the Lord's action. St. Paul understands clearly how to face and live every event, especially suffering, difficulty, and persecution. When he experiences his own weakness, the power of God is manifested, which neither abandons us nor leaves us alone, but which becomes our support and strength. It is God who works marvels precisely through our weakness, through our inadequacy for the task at hand. We must therefore have the humility not to trust in ourselves alone, but to work, with the Lord's help, in the Lord's vineyard, entrusting ourselves to Him as fragile earthen vessels. In a world in which we risk trusting only in the efficiency and power of human resources, in this world we are called to rediscover and bear witness to the power of God that is communicated through prayer, and by which we grow each day in greater conformity of our lives to Christ's, who, he affirms, was crucified in weakness, but lives by the power of God.